What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? This your boy CW here to share this video with you. We working on 2017 Ford Explorer. What I'm going to be doing is changing the brakes out on it. I'm going to be putting on new front pads and rear pads. So hopefully you guys can learn something. If you can support my channel, if you can like and share my video, this on this will help the channel grow. And so without any further ado, let's get to what we're doing. First of all, I'm taking off the calipers because I've already took off the front right tire on the vehicle, the right side, on the passenger side. So as you see, I cracked both of them. It's good to use this brake cleaner to clean off all the brake dust from the caliper and the rotor. You don't want to really use a back compressor to do it. That's why they have brake cleaner. So good to have a wrench. My electric wrench, my battery operated wrench, makes the job a whole lot easier. So you see, I would take off both caliper bolts. This will help to get the caliper off quicker and easier, more efficient, not a lot of wasted time taking them off. So as you can see here, the caliper comes off pretty easy. I think I showed the part where you use a screwdriver to compress it a little bit in to help it release easier. So yeah, just taking off the old pads. Should clean out those clips. But putting clips in because it didn't come with new clips, but I just add a little grease, clean them out and add a little grease so they can, a little dab on the end so they can slide easier. So with that, see how quick that was? Put that old brake pad on there to compress the calipers in with my C-clamp. Get that going. And that's a quick way to, compress your calipers back in. We just use the old brake pad to do it. And we reconnect, make sure you don't tear your boot in the process. And you put your bolts back in. Once you get your bolts back in and screwed in, you want to tighten them up. You see, I got my wrench. Make sure they lined up. Your hand thread. I got my wrench. Tighten it up, the top and the bottom. And it helps to have that wrench. I'm trying to tell you, it helps to have that battery operated wrench. And then you use your I'm going to use a torque wrench to make sure that they are the proper torque. For each caliper on the front is 53 to 54 torque foot-pounds. So get that on there, tighten it on up, and put your tire back on. And it's on to the next side. The next side is going to be the driver's side. So see my little drill there, my little torque drill, it helps too. Instead of having, I have a operated one, but I use this one because it's a lot easier to move around with. And get the tires back on, just like that. See, Debbie always doing something. So we're gonna go to the other side, and it's the same thing. Spray it down. This is the back one. But the other side was just like that. So I went to the back one. I'll skip the other side, y'all. I went to the back one, so you guys can see it's different with the back one because you don't compress it in. You have to turn that caliper back in. As you can see, I'm using my channel locks to turn it back in. Ford does have a tool to be able to do that, but unfortunately I didn't have the tool to be able to turn it back in with what Ford has. And as you can see though, once you turn that back in, I like to put my caliper on there. My C-clamp to give it added a little pressure. And so while I'm turning it, it's going right back in easier. But yep, that's how you put that caliper back in, put your new pads in, same thing. Clean that out a little bit, and add a little dab of grease that helps it slide a little bit better in and out of there. And just like that, it got to a point where it actually turns when you turn in the C-clamp, so that makes it even easier to get it back on, to bottom out that caliper on the rear side, because the one on the rear side you have to screw back in due to the emergency brake. So it's the same thing. Get those back in, put the top and the bottom bolt for the caliper back in, tighten them up. And you also want to torque those the same, but they're different torque. But I think it's 23 for the torque on those. Clean off your rotors real good. You don't want nothing on them rotors, because it'll give you some brake issues too. So I always spray down and clean off those rotors real good. Don't want to leave no grease on them. So we got the front, the passenger, and the driver's side has been done. I had to stop because a little bit of rain was coming, but that's all right, y'all. I got right back into it. Here go the passenger side rear, so you can get a better look at what I'm talking about. See, as you can see, I tighten it up, and then I keep turning it. I tighten it and I keep turning it, and that caliper will compress back in. So some people like to crack it open, which is suggested. But you can do it like this too. That helps. You don't have to break it. You don't have to bleed the system when you do it this way. So that's how I changed these brakes out, y'all, and it made it a whole lot easier. I was in and out of there real quick. So as you see, that caliper is already compressed. And then I put my pads back on, put the new pads on. Because that's next in the step, is to put the new pads on. Well, clean it out a little bit with the brake cleaner, like I did the other side. I put the new pads on, add a little dab of grease on each tip of it. It helps it slide a little. That's a little dab, nothing heavy. You don't want nothing heavy, because that could cause a grit and grind to set up in there, which will give you an issue with the brake sliding. That's just to get it up the way it can slide in and out easier inside the caliper, so your brakes don't lock in. And also this little piece I'm showing here, that's where you hear the squealer sound when that starts touching the rotor. That's when you know that your brake pads are getting low. That's your alarm. That's what causes that squealer sound. So as you see, I put that back on the back side. It always go on the back side. And we put our caliper back on. Put our brake pad, put our bolts back in. And the same, you tighten back down. I usually use my wrench to tighten down. And then I use my torque wrench to make sure that they're at the proper torque. And that's how I do that, to make sure that they're at the proper torque. I hand start them because you don't want to cross thread, and then I torque it down. Bam. Keep it at the proper torque. Bam. Click, click on the torque wrench. So now you know that your brake caliper is tightened down properly. Make sure it spins. I had to blow a little dust from out of there with my air compressor, which made it move a little smoother, get that dust out of the dirt out of there. And put the tire back on, just like so. Just like so. Put your tire back on. Hand start all your lugs and tighten them on up. Do not go, you gotta cross tighten. You don't just go in a circle. That's where it tightens on evenly onto the rotor. And then even once you finish that and you get your car back down on the ground, you still have to torque those lugs down to 100 foot-pounds, 105 foot-pounds. but make sure that your lugs on tight. So that's it, y'all. That's all I got. And y'all keep supporting your boy channel. Help me to grow this channel. And for that, I'm out of here.